Kia and Hyundai are in big trouble again, as they are. So, over 3,600 customers have expressed interest in joining a class action lawsuit against the manufacturers. I'm surprised that Kia and Honda are still in business because due to the lack of quality of building engines, come on. Is like that enough for all these recalls to happen because their engines are blowing up, their transmissions blow up? Like I said, is that enough to look at all the recalls and kind of put them out of business? Like, this is kind of getting ridiculous. 3,600 people have joined a class action lawsuit. This can actually make their companies go bust. So, due to this, earlier in the year, a TikTok trend named the Kia Challenge, because anything from TikTok obviously goes very wrong. So, 36 people have a class action lawsuit because of a stupid engine immobilizer. Kia and Hyundai have not put a engine immobilizer in their system. Why is that? Well, because engine immobilizers are so expensive, and obviously we can't put one of those in instead of our budget. Well, I'm kind of wondering what their budget is because if they keep making their parts cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, I always wonder what is their budget, because they just think that because they make it so much cheaper and cheaper. Their engines are cheaper. They make them knockoff brands of JDM parts or transmission. They're making them cheaper and cheaper. Next, they're too cheap to even put an engine immobilizer on, and these engine immobilizers are anti-theft systems. So that means when thieves are coming into your car, when they open the door or break in, those things detect a signal and they beep very, very loud. So it's kind of like if you push the panic button, the thing beeps at you very loud, and that can scare off a lot of those thieves. Well, due to the lack of cheapness, they put the lack of the engine immobilizers. That's why they are getting into so much trouble. Due to this TikTok trend, a lot of thieves are actually these so-called influencers on TikTok are now stealing these Kias. And like I said, the Kia challenge. Everything that goes on TikTok is just a cesspool of just bad things that come along and that kind of get them in big trouble, obviously. Now 36 people are getting a class action lawsuit due to the engine immobilizer. So they're trying to demand them to stop being cheap and actually put a engine immobilizer in their newer vehicles or their vehicles that are recalling for all those. It's just like I said, it's the lack of quality on these Kias and Hyundais. They're just pieces of junk. I just hope that one day, because they have so much problems they can't fix, obviously they're gonna go out of business. I'm very surprised they're still in business. After decades of recalls and all this stuff, there's the same things that goes on and on and on. I'm surprised they're still in business. Now, 3,600 people, they're putting a class action lawsuit on them, and hopefully they're going to lose a lot of money because of how cheap they are, and they just keep making cheaper and cheaper parts. Like I said, don't believe anything that says on TikTok. Earlier this year, like the Kia challenge, all this stuff. Why is it every single trend on TikTok always has to be bad? Seriously. I don't get the internet sometimes. I don't get trends this time. I don't get any of that. Anyway, so this is where we get to the part of the series, the first ever episode. So my friend DM'd me on Snapchat about his car's braking system. So his steering wheel shakes every time you put the brakes on, right? Well, my 2007 Chevrolet Aveo has a similar history of that. So every time the steering wheel shakes, it's because of the rotors are getting bad. So the rotors are the plate that goes around and it kind of connects the wheel and stuff. Well, there's a brake rotor for all the brakes to touch and kind of glide around the rim, right? So pretty much what it is, like I said, it's a plate. So pretty much it goes bad every 50 to 70,000 miles, and depends on how well you take care of your vehicle and how many miles you put on it and the age of it. Like I said, engine rotors do go bad. Also, he said, do slotted rotors are good for cars? Actually, they can actually work better. They help performance in braking and gives the choice between drill holes and slots. The drill holes will give you better brake power and slots for normal city and highway driving. High-end BMW, Porsche, Corvettes, and Mercedes rotors are drilled, not slotted. However, for track racing, high-speed stops, slotted rotors are for a better choice because they have more of a braking system. They help better with the brakings because they have more friction as they roll along the rim. So that's kind of what goes on. So so you probably have to replace the rotors if you need to. Like I said, but also those slotted, the rotors. So the slotted ones or the drill ones can actually last a very long time. They can last about 50 to 70,000 miles. Depends on, the age of the car, how many miles you put on it, how conservatively you drive it. Like I said, it can last a relatively long time. So yeah, brake rotors can last a relatively long time, but like I said, if you feel that your steering wheel is shaky every time you brake, make sure you get those automatically replaced. But there are these brake rotor sets that can cost about a couple $100s. I've seen like ones that are at $300 to $400 a set. Well, actually, it's the brake pads plus the rotor kit and all that stuff. The whole kit for different vehicles. But like I said, you have to find ones that actually do fit in your vehicle. So that's why I said, if you feel that your steering wheel is shaking, replace the brake rotors. Anyway, so I'm going to sign off this video right now. Thank you guys so much for coming in. And I'll see you guys in the next video for more car news and all that stuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.